Today I'm going to do the second part of the Dyspraxia video series that I created. This is the second video. The first video, which I'll link up top, you can watch to understand more about dyspraxia. And today I'm actually going to do homeschooling a dyspraxic. How I teach Caden and how he learns better. So let's get started. I'm going to look at my paper because I got a lot of information I wrote down so I can remember everything. So number one is short study. We do not go past 30 minutes on each subject. If it goes any longer, I completely lose him and his concentration and his focus. So each subject only lasts 20-30 minutes. It's nothing that's too much on him. He don't get overwhelmed. So number two is less writing. I make his questions, if they're like in the workbook, if they're open-ended questions, I turn them into multiple choice, or I make them verbal because it's easier for him to verbalize his answers than write it down, get his paper on paper. And also because the writing, his hands hurt after a while, so this keeps him from having to deal with his hand hurting. Number three is I reduce the amount of problems or questions, especially for math. If there is 30 to 40 questions, like problems on a page, he does 15. And that way, it doesn't last more than 30 minutes. It doesn't overwhelm him, and it makes it easier for him to look at it and be like, well, I got this many. It's not the entire page, because I put X's or check marks by the one he needs to do. So that way, he can look at it and say, well, I don't have that much to do. I can do it. Number four is I reinforce lessons with games or videos. So especially for science, social studies, and history, if we cover one during the day, especially if it's, say it's a science lesson and it's about plants, we read through the chapter, we kind of, read the questions, answer them, and then afterwards to reinforce it, because it's easier for him to remember if it's bright and energetic and things like that. It's easier for him to remember. So I go to YouTube. I will look up the certain subject that we're doing. I go to YouTube. I find a video, maybe especially if it's a cartoon. I find a video about the subject. He sits and watches the 5-10 minute. It entertains him. It makes him, it makes it easier for him to focus on it, and it reinforces the idea. He likes it that way. His favorite thing is, especially history, that's Liberty Kids. He likes watching the Liberty Kids. I even give him an interest-led block of time where he can get online and search for anything interest, but it has to be education. And he'll go to Liberty Kids videos on YouTube and we'll watch them. So, let's see what else. Number five is repetition. As I said in the last video, kids with dyspraxia has problems with short-term memory. So we go over whatever he's learning, especially if it's math, more than once. During the day, when we're doing our lessons, I repeat over and over and over and over. We also do several weeks of the same thing. Like right now, we're working on subtraction, double-digit subtraction. He's got double-digit adding down, but we spent, I think, a good 2 months on that because it's something that he has to do over and over and over and over and over to actually understand it and get it down and know how to do it the next time that he's being asked to do it. Number 6 is learn through hands-on activity. If we have a science experiment or a craft or an art project or an activity that's in one of the textbooks or something that I found online, we do it because it helps reinforce what is being said in the textbook, like the videos or the games I find online. It's something that catches his attention. He's more interested in because it's not just reading and going in one and the other. So we do, like, we're working on the plant unit right now. Here in a week or two, we're going to go get our buckets and our dirt, and we're going to plant tomato plants and cucumbers, and I think strawberries, what we decided on. But as we do it, we can talk about it, ask questions. He can ask questions. Talk about it. He can ask questions if he needs them. I can explain, the certain things, what it does, how it's getting its energy from the sun and things like that. And he's more up to listen to me, so that way he learns what he needs to learn. So then plus it's fun for me to do the things with Caden and see him learning as he's doing it. All right, number 7, typing. Because his handwriting is so bad, and he also has, the weak arm, and it makes his hand hurt if he writes too much. His neuropsychologist told me to teach him how to type, so that way, when he gets older, when he will need to write, I guess, essays or stories or answer these long questions, he will be able to type it. And if he were to go back to public school, I could get, an IEP to include a computer or a talk-to-text program, so that way he can type or talk and get his ideas on paper. Because it is a lot harder for him to get his ideas on paper when he concentrates on handwriting. So we're using the computer to teach him how to type. And my last tip is schedule. Because Caden does lose focus, and because he does get overwhelmed, I created a schedule. It's a daily schedule. That the only thing that is on that list is the subjects we're going to do for that day. As each subject gets done, he can check it off. As he checks it off, he can see what he's done and what he's got left. So that way, he knows if he wants to do, I guess, go watch TV or go outside and play or ride his four-wheeler, he has to get all these subjects done before he gets it done, or before he gets to go and do it. So it's been a lot easier, especially in the last 2 months of me implementing that schedule, so that, because instead of him asking, are we done yet? Are we done yet? Are we done yet? We done with school? Do I have to do this? He knows exactly what is required of him to get school done. And number 9 is, I don't overwhelm Caden. I don't put a lot of worksheets or things like that. I use a lot of coloring pages that's about the subject we're doing, or I don't push too hard on certain things. His math and his reading is the 2 things that I try to make a big deal out of, compared to, say, social studies and history and science for now. Because as he gets older, he'll understand more, so that way math and reading is the most important thing for us right now. So I try not to overwhelm him. I try to give him, options on kind of what we're doing throughout the day, something that he feels like he has control over. So it has made, especially this year, he got diagnosed in January with dyspraxia. It has made the last 4 months a lot easier. 4 months since we've implemented these things into our school, and it has made things a lot easier. And a lot of this is based off of not a lot of it, but some of it. Some of it is what the neuropsychologist told me, kind of, if he were to go back to school, what to include in his IEP. So I took that information and kind of twisted it into my own way, and then applied it for what we have. The rest I've kind of done some research online, and then the others just looking at Caden and knowing what issues he has and how I can help make it better. So, but that's my, I guess, 9 tips on homeschooling a dyspraxic and things that have worked for us, so they may work. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, click the subscribe button for more videos from me. You have a wonderful day. Bye.